So when I was in Texas, with it being like super like gun ho and I like beer and shooting things and blowing stuff up and fireworks 24/7. On Sundays they have like a curfew as far as like alcohol goes. So like on Sundays you can't buy alcohol. You pretty much can't buy liquor. Anything over I think 10 or 12%, you're not allowed to get. And I found out because on Sunday, I think was my day off. Sunday and Monday were my days off, so I went out drinking. Sunday night, I went to go buy a Four Loko, which was like a 14%, and they didn't let me buy it. I swear. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, no, it's cool. Like, I'm like 23, 24 years old. They're like, no, it's not your age. They're like, we just, on Sundays, this is something we don't do. Anything above 12, we don't sell to you. So I was like, what the fuck? And it just blows my mind because I'm like, wait. I remember telling the guy, like, wait, are you serious? Like, I'm in Texas. This is where people go to kill people and get away with it.
Well, it's God's country, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't do anything like that on Sundays. It's God's country.
I guess. But, I mean, I think, I've never read the Bible, but I'm pretty sure God likes alcohol Monday through Sunday. So I'm pretty sure after Mass he likes a
They did drink wine.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but I couldn't get wine. But, yeah, so that's just a little side note that I just remembered when you were talking about that. I don't even know how he got there.
No, that's yeah, I think Texans would definitely enjoy this for a weekend, but they would never like to live here.
Yeah, I don't get that. How do you feel about Texas?
I like Texas. Yeah, I like Texas. It's different. If you're driving through West Texas on a Friday night, everything is off. All the city lights are off except for the Friday night lights on a football stadium. So that's pretty cool to see.
I hate Texas, by the way.
You
know what? I like Texas. I don't like the people from Texas because people in Texas are so dramatic. Like, okay, so for instance, there's the huge debate with fucking Whataburger and In-N-Out, right?
Yeah.
So for instance, okay, I love In-N-Out. I'm from California. I love In-N-Out. I went to Texas at In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. 100%. It's the best ever. So I went to Texas. Their thing is Whataburger.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I gotta try. I'm a nice guy. I like to try new things and new places. So I ate it. It wasn't the best. I still prefer In-N-Out, but it wasn't like if someone gave it to me, like I'd still eat it. You ask a Texan, do you prefer In-N-Out or Whataburger? They straight up are like, fuck In-N-Out. It's disgusting. I wouldn't even feed it to my dog. Like they just get real disrespectful when it comes to In-N-Out. And I just don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all like that. They all think In-N-Out's a piece of shit. And that's why I got lucky because when I was stationed in Texas, there was one like 5 minutes outside the gate.
A Whataburger?
An In-N-Out.
An In-N-Out.
Whataburgers, they were fucking everywhere. They were in casinos. They were in gas stations. It was like half McDonald's, half Whataburger. They were everywhere.
Have you ever been to Corpus Christi?
No, I didn't go that far. All I went to in Texas was Killeen, Austin, San Antonio, and El Paso. But El Paso was just because I passed through when I was driving, and we stopped because I could see into Mexico from there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually almost got lost and drove into Mexico there one time.
That happens a lot, you know?
Because you can't tell where you're going.
Exactly. And, like, you just see signs, and the next thing you know, you're, like, at the border.
Yeah.
And then you're just, like, scared. And then you get too close to the border, and, like, you don't want to go into the border, and they trap you to Mexico, but then you don't want to, like, pull out a little too early, and then they're like, why? They think you look suspicious. You look suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that the original Whataburger is actually in Corpus Christi? It's a 2-story Whataburger.
Did you know I don't give a fuck? Just kidding. I don't care about Whataburger. I'm telling you. I tried being nice to these Texans, and they just shit and piss all over our food, and I don't like it. So I'm tired of being the nice guy, and so I fucking hate Whataburger. I think it's trash. I think, and like they say that these Whataburgers, they put mustard in their burgers. I love mustard, by the way.
Oh,
but
yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah,
burger, it's just fucking gross. And I love In-N-Out because they only have like 8 things. They have like 40 other things that are like in a secret menu, and
Yeah, they do.
it's just so delicious. So fuck Whataburger from here on out.
Did you know that Chick-fil-A puts pickle juice in their chicken strips or something like that? That's how they make their chicken strips.
I don't like Chick-fil-A really.
Really?
Okay, I like Chick-fil-A, but I'm not like all hyped on it. Like say if I go to Chick-fil-A and there's a huge line, I'm not too upset. Like I'll just be like, I'm just gonna leave. I'll just go get something else.
That makes
But
sense.
I like it though. But I'm not on the huge hype.
If you could have one fast food, what would it be? For the rest of your life. Like, do you think?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Man. Fast food as in like. No, you know what?
Like a chain, like In-N-Out or Burger King, McDonald's,
does
Arby's.
Does Chipotle count?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say Chipotle. I'm not saying that just because I love Chipotle. Like I'm
What's
a huge
the
fan
hype
of
on
Chipotle.
Chipotle? I don't
It's not.
understand.
There is a hype, but I'm not all about it. I like Chipotle, but the reason I'd say if you made me choose between all the places and I had to choose one to always eat, I'd pick Chipotle only for the fact that the variety they have. You can be a fat ass, you can get a burrito with guacamole and meat and shit, or you can go healthy and get like a bowl, like a salad. And I like that.
Is it really that healthy though? Even though it's fast
it really
food?
isn't, but just eating it feels like it is. It's like when you wake up and you drink like a bunch of water because you're dehydrated from the night before, but then all day you're like, damn, this is the most water I've ever drank.
Does
Like
that
I should
happen
probably.
to you a lot?
I'm probably healthy, huh?
Does that happen to you a lot?
No, but I get these moments where I just realizing like, oh damn, like I've been drinking a lot of water lately, and then I'm like, I'm probably healthy right now, and like little I know, I probably just like, I just washed down whatever beer or alcohol I had the night before.
How much alcohol did you have yesterday for your birthday?
Not a lot, really.
Really?
Not enough to like have like you or my girl carry me, and not enough to like eat shit or throw
Like the
up.
dude that we saw at the bar?
Yeah, that guy was a Nazi, by the way. I don't know if you
Dude,
saw.
yeah.
He was wearing a wife beater tucked into his blue jeans with some cowboy boots, shaved head, had a teardrop by his eye. But yeah,
Really?
I saw that
Teardrop on
guy.
his eye?
I heard him. Yeah, I heard him stumbling down when he was coming from the restroom towards the bar towards us.
Yeah.
And I just knew from the beginning he was going to be an issue. But I honestly, and then his friend was like kind of drunk, but he was like a nice drunk. So he was like saying,
His buddy that said he had cornrows, but he took off his hat and he didn't have any hair.
He was like, I used to have cornrows. Or he was telling my brother, he's like, I like your your cornrows. He's like, I used to have some, and I was like, oh man, I can't imagine you. He's like, yeah, he's like, not so much now. And then he's got a bald ass head.
Yeah, he takes his hat off. There's nothing there.
But he was drunk, but he was like a cool drunk. His friend was just, oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
so when he left, he had to carry him down like probably like 3 flights of stairs.
I'm surprised they made it.
I don't even know if they made it. I gotta check if the thing's still recording. It's always so different now. Oh.
Get another piece of wood while you're up.
Where are they at? So what are we talking about next?
Are you recording right now? Yeah. Let's see. There was something that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what it was. Do you want to talk about?
So being by a campfire, doesn't it make you think of scary stories and shit?
Yeah, a little bit.
So do you believe in ghosts?
I'm not opposed to ghosts.
Have you ever had anything paranormal happen to you?
No. Yes. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was paranormal, but one of my friends, he used to live in a cul-de-sac, and on the back there was these 3 little lakes, or 3 little ponds, and we used to play hide and seek back there. And one day we see this playing hide and seek, and we see this little girl just pop around one of the corners, and she's wearing a white dress, and we all stopped and stared at her, and then she runs away behind the corner. So we're like, what the hell? And it was like 10 o'clock at night, so we decided to run past and see if we could see. And it's one of those corners that once you turn the corner, there's a gate there that you can't get out. And she was gone. And you kind of get this chill in the back of your neck.
Yeah.
So I think after that we called it a night and decided not to play anymore.
I don't. So like I'm more of a see it to believe it kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I legit need to see like say if we're sitting here and the camera just like got picked up and like thrown across the driveway or something.
That would make you a believer.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit. But like whenever I'm home alone and I hear like certain creaks or like say for instance I'm watching TV and like a dish falls or something. You know, I'm just like thinking like, oh, okay, like it was probably like whoever put it in there in the dish rack probably didn't put it like a certain way, so eventually you just kind of gave in.
So you try to justify that kind of stuff until you can see it with your eyes?
Yeah, and not because I'm scared. It's just not, you know, like I'm more of a like a real, like I think like real. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I guess I'm just going to say publicly is, yeah, ghosts to me aren't real. I think they're like a thing in our mind.
You think they're an illusion that we create in our mind?
Yeah. And doesn't it happen sometimes? Like say you walk into your room and like maybe like a jacket hanging on a chair. When you first look at it, you get like it looks like a figure almost.
Yeah, or
it's
if
just
you're
your mind,
sleeping and you wake up and you leave a pile of clothes somewhere and it looks like there's something there just staring at you.
Yeah, exactly. Or like,
have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Yes, I have, and I had it for the first time when I was in Korea, and I had no idea what the fuck it was until I told my buddy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you had sleep paralysis." He's like, "I get it all the time."
Wasn't it really weird that you just couldn't move and whatever? You were just there.
The thing that's scary about it is like so when you have a dream, so for the most part, when you have a dream, you know you're dreaming. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the dream and some shit goes down, you're like, okay, like I know, like you kind of close your eyes because you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna wake up soon. When you have sleep paralysis, it's like you go from having a nightmare or something, and then you wake up in your sleep paralysis, and you're like, okay, cool, like I'm back to my like normal self, and then it hits you like you can't move your body because your body's still in like sleep mode, but your brain's like awake.
Wouldn't that be the weirdest / scariest thing in the world if, let's say, something paranormal did happen to you and you can't scream, you can't move, you can't do anything, you just have to sit there?
Yeah, there's a movie about that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's with what's it called? Is someone walking over here?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Somebody
my
is.
mother. Hi, Mom. Oh. Yeah, we're recording right now.
Hi, I'm Mom.
Mom, do you have a question for Chris?
Chris, what got you into hiking?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think anybody asked that question on
No.
what got me into hiking. I think it's the aspect of getting to go somewhere and using your body to do it, to look at something that just takes your breath away.
I like his answer.
You won't be able to do it forever, so I guess I had to do it while I could and enjoy it while I can, because one day I won't be able to enjoy it. So that's what got me into hiking. The adventure. The friends. I've made so many friends from hiking. So.
Well, don't forget, you're going to move up here.
Oh, man, it's beautiful up here. I love it.
All right, guys, we'll have fun. Do you guys need anything?
No, what are you doing?
I'm off work.
Oh, okay, cool.
Enjoy.
That was my mother, ladies and gentlemen.
She's a great woman.
Good night, Mom.
Good night.
Thank God she's gone. Just kidding.
And you're sitting there and you have the craziest dream, and then you wake up and you're just living that dream, and you can't move, you can't scream, you can't do anything. Imagine.
Have you had it before?
I actually can't remember if I've actually had that happen to me or not. I've woken up in the middle of the night and I've had times where I didn't want to open my eyes.
Yeah.
And because I've felt things.
Yeah.
And it might sound stupid, it might not, but I've actually like felt something.
Oh my god, yes. So there's been times where like I'm laying in bed and I legit feel like someone tugging on my shirt or my shorts,
Yeah.
or like I feel like a finger pressing into my lower back.
Does it go lower?
No, I fucking wish. I wish you would just turn me around. No, but I'm serious. Like, it's crazy. Like, and once again, like I said, it happens to me, and in my head, I'm just thinking like, oh, that's just like my body getting like relaxed or something, you know? Like, so I always think of everything but what, you know, everyone wants me to think, that it's a ghost or it's like some paranormal activity like messing with me.
Well, have you ever had the thought of, like, I don't want to turn around when you're in bed?
Yeah, but I still turn around.
You do?
And I okay, so I'm still confused. Is it a bad thing if you don't look, or is it a bad thing if you decide to look?
I have no idea.
And sometimes I think it's a bad thing to look, because then you're acknowledging the fact that you mentally and now physically you feel something looking at you. So it's like subconsciously you want to look.
Yeah.
So, and I've always had that thing. I was like, okay, so if I look, is that me giving this thing an attention and it turning into like a real life thing? Or do I just look away, or do I just act like it's not happening, and then that thing fucking sneaks up on me?
Do you think that whatever the thing might be, do you think that it looks like a person, or do you think it would look like a sort of different kind of figure?
That's a good question.
Like, just an entity, or do you think it would look like me and you, or some sort of disfigurement somewhere?
I don't know. And once again, I think the realist side of me is thinking it's going to look like us. It's going to be like some like human like form of some sort, maybe like a trash looking person. But at the same time, like, I've always thought about that too. It's like, if I came in contact with something, how would I know? You know, how would I know that it's something out of this world? You know, like say if it's just like a homeless person. To me, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's just a homeless person, and they're trying to fuck with me. But then, you know,
they're in your house, in your bed, in your room.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, wait, so is this real life or not? And that's the thing too, is like, when stuff happens like that in your own home that you're supposed to feel comfortable in, do you think like, oh, someone broke in my house, or do you think, oh shit, I think I just saw a ghost? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, like, if that was to happen, when do you know that, oh shit, that was just a ghost? Not like, do you chase it down? You don't catch it, or you chase it down to a room and it's not there no more? Then you realize it's a ghost, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you have to track the thing down, and then that's when you realize if it's a real thing or if it's just,
well, talking about that,
playing in your mind.
Do you have preventative measures at your house? Do you have anything that could, you know?
Well, I mean, to be fair, as of now, I don't have a house, so I'm just gonna say
that's
no.
right. You are getting a house.
I live in a trailer park.
You don't live in a trailer park.
I live in a trailer park.
I live
in a trailer lake park
This is a lake
with a bunch of trailers on it, so it sounds like a trailer park to me. But yeah, I live in. So as of now, no, I don't have preventive measures. I don't have a fire extinguisher by the door. I don't have, you know, if something happens, we meet up in the spot. No, I don't have that.
Will you?
Yes, in time I will, and I think it comes with like owning property and owning certain things. I think like the more things you own, the more expensive things you own, you become territorial, and you want to protect them at all costs. So yeah, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna say it, like, yeah, like I truly believe we do need guns, and I believe that people will kill people, not guns. So if you're just, you know, trained properly, then yeah, then you should have a gun as security. And honestly, like, I mean, if you ever had a gun in your house or in your closet, or knowing that if someone broke in, you have a gun with you, I'm telling you, you're gonna sleep like 100 times better. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
I think so. I really do, because I know people that sleep with like bats by their doors, knives under their beds, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Like, I have actual people that, like, family members that do that, and yeah, that's cool to have. But imagine having a gun with you, and the minute you like hear something, you kind of just have it on you, and you could literally roam through that house, not being scared at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you're obviously going to catch this person.
Let me ask you this then. Over the past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or whatever, since we've been in this quarantine and all this stuff has been happening, there's been a spike of new gun owners.
Mm-hmm.
How safe do you think that they would feel, even though, let's say, they bought a gun and they have never used it, but they have a gun at their house? Do you still think that they would feel safe?
I think they would. I think they would feel safe having
or comfortable.
Okay, I think they feel safe having it in the house. A lot of them might not feel comfortable with it because they know they don't know how to work it properly. So I would say that like you knowing that it's almost like it's like one of those things you have, but you hope you never have to use it. I think that's how they feel.
Do you think that would be a disability towards them?
A disability?
Yeah. Do you think that they could have that being used against them if they don't know how to use it?
Yeah, because one, it could be a danger. Like if you put like a weapon inside someone's home and no one in the house properly knows how to use it, then yeah, of course it's a fucking issue. It's an issue for everyone in the house because no one probably knows how to handle that weapon. No one knows how to properly hand it over to someone. Anything. How to shoot anything. So it's like, yeah, it's a bad thing for anyone in that house. But I truly believe that with the right training, or even just like, honestly, it's just like the basic trainings, just fucking, if you point at someone, never point a fucking loaded weapon, never point a weapon in general at anyone. Never have your finger on the trigger unless you're, going to shoot the weapon. Like, there's so many rules, and they're like almost the basics. And if anyone could just get those basics down, then I think we'd be good. And yeah, I don't know. I think having that in the home does make you feel a lot safer. And I know, I get it. People are going to break in that also have weapons. But I think just having like that one leg up.
Would you go as far to take a look around your house and say, this is a good spot for cover, this is a good spot for this, that kind of stuff?
100%. And I know what you're getting at. Pretty much what you're saying is you have a plan. You have a plan with your family. You have a plan within your own home, your own like domain. And yeah, you're pretty much talking about, where certain places you're going to hide the weapon. You can't,
because when someone breaks into their house, typically they don't know the layout of your house.
Exactly.
Unless they know you. Exactly. And they've been there before.
Mm-hmm. And I think just moving into a new place, you kind of just plan that in your head. Okay, I have a backyard now. I have a garage. I have a front door. I have a side door. I have this back room that has a window that possibly someone could break into. So you want to think, okay, so if I'm in say I'm in my main bedroom, which is in the front of the house. If say the gun is in the kitchen. Yeah. Is it the smartest place to put it? You know what I'm saying? Like if someone breaks into that back house, am I going to be able to get to that kitchen, get that gun, and then pull it on them, or is it going to be too late? So you want to almost have like an arsenal, but in the fact not to be like, overkill. It's just, you just want to be prepared. You want to have almost something hidden in every room because you never know when something's going to go down and what room you're going to be in.
Yeah, you just kind of want to have a course of action of what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it whenever you decide that you're going to put yourself in that position.
Exactly.
See, the way that I look at it is, if you're going to buy a gun, you need to have the proper training because of the fact that it's a perishable skill. So if you're not out and practicing, getting your reps in, it's going to diminish, whether it be now or it be 3 months from now or 4 months from now.
Let me ask you two questions. Do you know the process as far as, so let's go with Arizona. You're from Arizona, so you should probably know most of the rules. What's the process to get a weapon?
To get a weapon?
Yeah, like to register yourself. Like, do you have to register stuff? Do you have to go through like a course? What is the process?
You don't have to go through a course. You can just go buy a gun, but you have to go to an official, I think it's FFL. Mm-hmm. So any gun store that you go to is usually licensed in that fashion. And then you go take a look at the guns. You talk with the gun guy, and you pick out the gun that you want. Cool. So then they get your license, your driver's license, and they run a background check.
How long does that take?
Oh, it could take anywhere from 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, so it happens right then and there. I thought it was something
you can buy a gun same day.
Holy shit.
Unless there's some sort of issue somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when I bought mine, I stepped into the store, picked out the gun that I wanted. It took me 30 minutes to get the background check, 15, 20 minutes, I think. And then, boom, you're good to go.
So, okay, with that being said, in Arizona, do you think it's too easy to get it, to obtain some type of weapon? Do you think they should be a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit tougher?
As in, for what? Why?
As far as, like, do you think they should, like, legit do, like, a background check, maybe take it a few more days, maybe like there should be like maybe some course you should do before you buy a weapon? Or do you think
I
that
think it would be nice if they
because
if they did that, if they did a course, I think it would be nice because then you're not just walking out with this random guy that's never shot a gun before, girl that's never shot a gun before, and then they go home and they don't know how to use it and they have a malfunction, they do something wrong, or they just sit at home because they don't know how to use it and they're kind of scared. And I think it'd be a good intro to gun ownership.
Yeah.
And I think it would be nice for people to understand the safety precautions and all the safety regulations that go with a gun and how to properly use, take apart, clean, do all that stuff. How to store it properly. Even if you have somebody that would actually heard this in a podcast the other day. I'm trying to think of what podcast it was, but they were talking about saying, wouldn't it be nice if we could run a course and then we could have send somebody to your house and say, this is a good spot. This is like a professional saying, this is a good spot for you to be. This is a good spot. You can't sit behind this wall because it's all drywall and the bullets will go through, whatever the case might be. And they help you out. They go to your house. They kind of take a landscape of the area and they try to tell you what the best place for protection is.
Oh, okay.
So I think that would be great if they could ever do something like that, but it just...
Yeah, like the best point of advantage.
Well, most people are going to have altercations if they ever have altercations at their house.
Yeah.
If somebody tries to do a home invasion or something like that, because that's just the way that we're headed right now. I mean, people are, with all the stuff that we have going on, people are, they're getting desperate.
Yeah.
And we may not see it. We may not see it around for us. What was that?
I farted.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your serious talk.
No, you're good. We may not see what's all this stuff with the home invasions and everything like that, but it's not like it's not happening. So you want to take preventative measures, and then you want to make sure that it never happens to you. And if it does happen to you, that you're prepared in the most possible way.
Yeah. And so just to clear the record, we're pretty much saying, like, yeah, we are fucking gun-ho people. Like, yeah, I love weapons. I love guns. I think everyone should own a gun that knows how to properly use a gun. So what we're saying, we're not saying that, we want it to be harder for people to obtain guns. We just want to know that the people that do have these guns, like, or at least know, like, the basics of how to operate them. Because if we just got, here's the fucking $1,000, here's $1,000, here's a gun, you know what I'm saying? If it works like that, then everyone just running around fucking, then we just live in the Wild Wild West. People are just shooting people, and it's just a fucking outlaw. So what we're saying is, yes, we do believe that everyone needs guns. We do believe every household should at least have one weapon in the house because it does add protection, whether you like it or not.
It adds protection. It adds comfort. It adds just, whatever it means to the person that owns a gun.
Exactly. And if it's one of those things that you don't think you need in your house, then all that means is you just don't feel comfortable with a weapon in your home because you don't know how to properly use it. And that's totally fine. Then if you don't think you need one, then yeah, don't take one, because I don't want you to have one. I don't want anyone to have a weapon that isn't 100% prepared for what, they're pretty much buying. And so yeah, so if you think you don't need one, that's cool. But I'm just saying we don't need laws telling us about certain things. But yeah, so I don't know how we got on that, but I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the thing too. Is I was thinking about that. Like, yeah, I have security on my house. I'm gonna get security footage, like cameras.
Yeah.
But on top of that, like, that can only do so much. What happens if they get too brave and they break in the house knowing there's cameras, and their plan is just to get inside and like steal some shit and kill some people, and they don't care. You know what I'm saying? What's plan B? Because plan A is obviously your cameras. If they go past that and they say, fuck the cameras, like, I'm just going to do what I do. Well, then that's when you have plan B, and plan B is your fucking Glock on the side. And,
if I could give anybody a piece of advice, it's, take a few $100s if you can save it up and go take a course. Go take a course from somebody that's a professional, like a reputable source.
Mm-hmm.
Go take a course. You don't have to keep taking, course after course after course. It's go to the course, see what you can learn. Go to maybe 2 courses. I don't know. Whatever you feel like you want to do. If you want to go to another course, but once you go to a course, you can get all the basics down, and then you can take that stuff and you can take it home and you can practice with it on yourself.
Yeah.
Not on yourself, but with yourself. Yeah.
Not on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say is learn how to protect yourself, learn how to protect the family. If you have a family you live with, learn how to protect those around you that you care about, because it's such a great tool.
Yeah, and honestly, the way I think about it, and I know it sounds crazy, but I just go back to things that have happened in history, and as far as like, theater shootings and school shootings, mall shootings, stuff like that, is I just think like if only one person in that mall or that movie theater, or if a teacher was allowed to have a fucking gun in school, could a lot more of deaths been prevented? And that's how I always think is like, I want to be that guy that, if I'm in a fucking movie theater and there's a shooting, all I know I got to do is fucking hide behind one of these chairs, get a good shot, and just shoot this guy down, and I can fucking save. Like, yeah, like 2 or 3 people may die,
Yeah,
but
and
it's not
then
gonna
that
be
goes
like a mass fucking casualty.
And that goes with preparation. If you've practiced for it, then you'll be comfortable in that position. If you haven't practiced for it, then it's going to be very, very, very hard for you to come up and make that decision to do that.
Yeah, and it's very true and it's funny because I watch YouTube videos and I see like these people like a lot of them aren't even military. They're just really into the whole, weapon, guns and shit and all that stuff, and tactical shooting. So they go out there and they go full blown with their camo pants and all this shit. But as much as you want to make fun of them, they're learning things for like a good cause. You know what I'm saying? Like the things they're learning are things that could possibly save their family and their friends around them. And it's true because you see people that do these like fucking tactical shoots and stuff, and all these time shoots and these stress shoots, and it kind of works out because obviously, if you have if you're a normal Joe and you have a daily job, you're not in a high stress environment. So you want to prepare yourself for those high stress environments. So you put yourself through like a stress shoot where you're running maybe like 50 yards, do a couple push-ups, do some shoots, and at that point your heart rate is like,
it's
just racing, so it's hard to aim. So a lot of this stuff, you watch it and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you training for? And it's true. Like, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's something you can do with your buddies where you can just go for the weekend, go do some like crazy shoots and act like you're fucking, what's his name? John Wick.
John Wick?
Yeah, you can do some crazy shit like that. But in the end, it's some valuable skills that you're learning because it's true. You're never going to have a perfect moment where, someone just breaks in and they're just going to stand in the doorway. No, they're going to be smart. They're going to hide behind something. So you're going to have these tactical abilities as far as like shooting stuff. And yeah, it comes down to it. You can be the average Joe that turns into a John Wick. But like I said, I'm not going to lie. I laugh when I watch these videos. But when it comes down to it, those guys are probably the guys that are going to, be able to do like a front foot barrel roll behind a chair and shoot the fucking...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The guy. So I just think about that. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, like Chris said, once you buy a gun, whatever type of gun, maybe go to like a few classes with some people that have some certificates, some legit people that can show you some stuff. Because, yeah, when it comes down to it, I think everyone should have weapons. Everyone should have guns. Everyone should have security. Everyone should feel safe in their own homes. And if having guns in their home is how they feel safe, then yeah, I think they should. But I also think that we should make sure these people are at least responsible with it.
Responsible, prepared. And for anybody in Yuma, anybody in Arizona, if you're looking for anybody that you're looking for to teach, definitely hit up my boy Trevor. I'm gonna give him a shameless plug. His what's it called? His Instagram name. His at is actually go_violent_early.
I'll write it right here.
So
and what are this guy's credentials? Why do you want to send people to this guy?
He's a firearms instructor.
There you
go. He's also in the Army. So his job is to make sure that he knows everything weapons wise and how to put himself in good positions to make tactical decisions. So if anybody's looking for any type of course or any type of shooting or any type of just knowledge about firearms,
you still happen to be in the Arizona area.
Yeah, if you're in the Arizona area, if you're in the San Diego area, hit him up because he's really good at what he does, and he's really good at putting them into terms that we can understand.
He puts them in layman's terms to where it's like you're talking to like a kindergartner, pretty much, right?
Well, yeah, he just puts it in a way. He kind of gets to talk to you, and he gets to put it in a way where you would understand it, the best possible way.
Yeah. Kind of
So-
like real life situations.
Yeah.
He puts you in.
Yeah. So
And-
he's a great teacher and he's a great guy. So
Yeah,
make
and
sure.
I don't think Chris gives himself enough credit, but I've obviously it was the last episode that I did with him. We talked about how we had went out and done some shooting, some little drills and stuff. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I think you don't give yourself enough credit, and yeah, I think you are someone that at least can teach the basics to a lot of people. As far as gun safety, trigger fingers, stuff like that. So. Yeah, honestly, I think you should put your name out there as well. And like, if people, you're not certified and everything, but from the training I've done with you and like the stuff you showed me, it's like you keep it pretty safe. And that's the main thing. Is like I said, the basics are simple. It's like don't fucking ever point a weapon at anyone, whether it's loaded or not. Never have your finger in the trigger. Well, as long as you're 100% locked and loaded and ready to shoot that trigger. So, and pretty much Chris over here is what he taught us that.
Well, I learned everything that I learned from Trevor.
So there you go.
So Trevor teaches me everything that I've known for shooting, and I kind of just pass that on to whoever I'm with, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So, still recording? Yeah, I just try to make sure that we're all on the same page, and I encourage anybody that wants to level up their training. I encourage anybody to just hit him up, send him a message, and he'd be more than happy to help.
So the one thing I've noticed hanging out with you is you're very outdoorsy. You like to go hiking. You like to go on runs. You like to work out. You like to go bow shooting, fucking everything. You're like super outdoorsy. Like, what's gotten you into that? Like, why do you like the outdoors? Like, what is it about it? Obviously, a lot of people love the outdoors. It's not something that's rare, but I just want to know, like, what is your why do you fall in love with the outdoors?
I think it's just the release, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You just get to just be away from everything.
Like being out here, do you feel like a weight off your shoulders? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, the reason I ask is because like since I've been out here, I work out here. So it's kind of weird because I thought it was gonna ruin it for me. I was almost like in a paradise area, but I was working in the same area. So I was like, fuck, like if I work here so much, am I gonna get tired of it by the time I get off work? But it's not the case. Like, I work here and I live here. So as soon as I get off work and I change out of my uniform and I'm in like shorts, a t-shirt, and fucking flip-flops, and I'm riding bikes around this lake, like all my worries go away. And it's like it's weird. Like, I think about it, like there's times where I'm riding a bike and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like thinking like, fuck, like I'm not stressing about anything right now.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
bills are paid. I'm not in school, so I don't have homework due. My girlfriend's happy. My family's happy. Everyone's healthy. Like, it's like being here makes you like start thinking like, man, everything's good. Like, I have, it's almost like this kind of gives you a reality check. Like, yo, like you need to slow down. That fast life, with all the city life and the people and seeing people all the time, like you need to slow down and just really appreciate what you got. And I think being at the lake really makes you appreciate what you have.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy it out here, because it's just away from everything. It puts you in a position where you can get perspective about things, and you can just be out and kind of be worry free, if that makes any sense. You could take one of these trails out here. You can go for a hike, and it's just peaceful and quiet. You get to enjoy the outdoors. You get to look around. You get to see everything that's going on. And when you get to the destination, whatever the top of your destination is, you just get to sit there and kind of enjoy the quiet. Take a look around, take it in, breathe it in. It's just stuff that you keep in your head for memories for the rest of your life. Yeah. And it's not something you're going to be able to do forever, which is why I like to be outdoors. I mean, it's just, I want to have stories to be able to tell. I actually did hear this the other day, and I think it was on another podcast too. Mm-hmm. But it was on a podcast. I remember now. It was with Jeff Shapiro, which is he's an extreme outdoorsman.
Wait, is he related to Ben Shapiro?
I have no idea.
Is it the same Shapiro?
It's the same last name. I just don't know if they're related or not. I didn't do any
look
research
into that.
on that.
So anyways, go ahead. What's it got? Jeff Shapiro?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's crazy. He's like a huge Renaissance man.
Mm-hmm.
But he said something like, 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 he said something I would rather die with memories than dreams. So he wants to be able to do these things instead of just dreaming about it. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
and never doing it. He wants to make sure whatever he wants to do, whatever. I'm a big believer that if you want to do something, you can do it. If anyone wants to do something, if they put their mind to it, and they have the, you know, whatever you want to say about it, if they have the will to do it, you can do it.
Yeah. No, I like that too, and it's almost like one of those things that's like you said, like, yeah, it's either like it's either like a dream, like something you think of all the time, and yeah, it's like something you want to get done, but you never take the
well, you don't act on it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't take the proper steps to even like put it into motion. But then once you have something that you like, I don't know, recently I was talking about putting out things into the universe. Like, it's one thing, you know, like I can say like, hey, like I want to do this, but it's another thing to actually
do it,
act on it. Yeah. And so what I was talking about last episode was how, no lie, like I want to put it out into the universe, and I legit, I love the show Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek, and that's something like a goal in my life. Like I want to become a successful, whether podcaster, like comedian. And I'm sorry I'm boring you, Chris. I'm sorry that my stories aren't interesting and they're making you yawn. But yeah, so my thing was I just want to put things out into the universe, and one of them was, I want to be on an episode of Ridiculousness. I want to be a guest, you know, and I would love to do that. And so that's how I feel about a lot of things. It's like, it's one thing to say it, but it's another to actually do it and take the steps to at least get close to it. You know, I get it. There's people that want to do some amazing things out there, and they're not going to accomplish them overnight or in the next few weeks or months.
And most won't.
But at least you're taking.
But if you're taking the steps to try, that's better than never taking a step at all.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if anyone listens to this podcast, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you have a dream and you have something you want to do, go do it. Why are you going to wait?
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what? Another thing I always laugh about, and I always say, and it's like super corny, super cheesy. I think it's a line by Drake. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
And that's true.
Yeah, and it's corny, and it's like, oh my God, like he really would fucking say that. When you think about it, like, it's true. Like, yeah, you're here to have a good time. Like, and that's why with the whole, you know, I can't even say thing going on anymore because there's so many things going on. I'm just going to specifically say it with COVID going on. Like, it's true, man. Like, yeah, I get it. There's something out there that we need to be cautious of. But like I told you earlier, I'd rather go out and live my life and go on hikes and go to skate parks and go to watch movies and go to concerts and possibly catch corona and possibly die from it than just sitting at home and being safe. Because it's just it's like you're taking a chance on life, and it's like you really want to spend the next month or two, you know, like what happens you spend 2 months in quarantine, right, and you're healthy, and then, you know, a month later everything opens up, you get in a car accident. What was, you know, the last 2 months you just spent at home? You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds crazy, and I get it, you know, and I've learned, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I make fun of corona, I have family members that have been tested positive for it. So yeah, I know it's a real thing, and I make fun of it, and I still will, because I just think the way we're all going about it is very wrong. And yeah, it is a serious thing, but everyone ends up fine. And what I'm saying is pretty much like, I'd rather live my life outgoing, going out to do as much as possible. And if I was to get corona and pass away, it would suck. But I know that the last few months of my life were enjoyed the best as possible.
Well, 98% of the people that get it don't show any symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And most come out fine. But there are some in that certain instance that don't. Exactly. And that's why they hold you in the hospital for a 10-day quarantine, because usually by day 5 is when you're going to show the symptoms. That's when you're going to have the crash.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong about this, but this is the information that I heard.
Yeah, we're not scientists by any means. I haven't even fucking graduated college. It's just the things we've heard from our friends and stuff. And it's just the same as you guys. It's just news you're hearing on fucking Instagram. Everything's hearsay. We don't know what's true or not. But from what honestly, like I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna lie. Like I've done my research. Like I said, I've had family members that have it, so I can talk to them, face to face and actually ask them questions. And yeah, it's the same thing. It's just like it's one of those things. It's like it's a very bad thing, but it's something it can be overcame.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just think I don't think it's gonna go away anytime soon. I'm pretty sure it's gonna live with us for the rest of our lives.
Adapt.
Adapt with it and live with it because that's gonna be the new normal for us.
Yeah, and it's scary to say, but I mean, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. So yeah, if this is how we have to live our life, the way it is gonna suck. But hey, at least we get to live the rest of our life out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just we have to. It's almost like we're playing like a game that our friends just made up, and as the game goes on, he just adds rules. You know what I'm saying? That's
Like
kind of how it
Jumanji?
feels. Yeah.
Doesn't 2020 feel like Jumanji? Like every month something else is happening.
Yeah, like right when you think like it's getting better, it gets worse.
Yeah,
from
and
the
it's
last
like a new level that just keeps opening up.
kind of, yeah, and at the same time, as much as I want to say like it's gonna get better, I honestly back in like February, I thought it was gonna last a week of Corona, and then we were gonna get over it. So it has been prolonged, and
Yeah, and here we are in June and it's still kicking.
it's still a thing. Yeah, not as bad, obviously. I mean,
And in Arizona, it's actually surpassed New York's numbers for cases increasing.
yeah, and Arizona's like fully open, pretty much. There's few stores here and there that are like California owned, so they're like still abide by the California laws. But for the most part, Arizona's open. There's people eating in restaurants, people going to bars. I think down in Yuma, I think they opened the Crest last weekend. I could be wrong. Where are you going? Oh, he's cold. Sorry. I guess the fire's not hot enough for him. But yeah, so I know recently a lot of things opened up, and I don't know how it's going to be. And I've always thought about that. If, and not even if anymore, being that this is a real thing, like how are we going to go back to normal life? Like how is it so simple that, yeah, even if we hear doctors, president, whoever tells us like, hey, like everything's back open, just be careful. How are we supposed to go about that? You know, it's not like a virus just happens, just goes away overnight. It's not like 1 minute we're getting like a bunch of cases and the next minute it's gone. So I've always thought about that, and I get it. We're in the levels, like stages of going back to like the normal, but I just don't know how that's going to work, It's kind of it's just crazy to think that people could, like scientists can be like, "Oh, corona's cured." That's not a thing. It's almost like we just like you said, you have to just kind of wait and if you get it, then you get the antibodies and you know that you'll never get it again. It's like chickenpox. From what we've heard. We're not saying this isn't from what I've heard and the little research I've done. Yes, I've heard that it's like the chicken pox. Once you get it, you can't get it again because you get the antibodies. And if you've been sick before, you can get tested for the antibodies test.
You can get tested for the antibodies test.
Yeah. And then that pretty much shows that you've had it before.
Yeah, it shows that you've already had it and you will not have it again as far as that strain goes.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other strains because I'm not that far into it yet.
And that's another thing, too, is this whole corona thing was like kind of like weed. There's weed and there's different strains of it. There's, indica, sativa, hybrids and stuff like that. So what I found out is this corona is the same way because I truly believe my dad had corona back in like January. And like I told you, they tested him for corona. They told us they tested him for corona. He didn't have it. But I truly believe he had like a different strain that they hadn't tested for. So, because I'm telling you, like he was sick for 3 weeks. 2 weeks of that, he was like at 100+ degree temperature. Which I was super mad about because they sent him home with a high temperature. Wouldn't they normally send someone home once the temperature at least went back to normal? Just to keep them like observing them?
Well, it depends on if you're showing any kind of other symptoms or not. If you're not, short on breath or anything like that, they're not going to keep you.
But even if you have like 100+?
Well, I mean, if you're not burning up completely and you're sweating profusely and you're just look like you're dying, they're probably going to send you home because they probably A, don't have enough beds, and B, they're going to tell you to self-quarantine and come back if it gets worse.
Yeah, they got to prioritize. Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, they tested him for corona, he didn't have it. But when they sent him home, for a week, he was shivering, he was And I'm telling you, my dad is. I know everyone says that their dads are fucking Superman and they don't ever get sick, but I'm telling you, my dad works for the railroad. He's been in the freezing cold. He's been in odd fucking temperatures. He's been in the fucking hot, in the heat, like 100+ degrees weather, and still working like overtime, everything.
Well,
so
when
I
did
get
he
it.
get tested?
Huh?
When did he get tested?
In February, yeah.
So maybe they didn't have the preventative measures that they have now that they're doing.
Well,
maybe,
like I said,
maybe that wasn't a thing back then and now.
well, like I said, I think at
Because
the time,
everything's progressing. Everybody's learning as they're going with this thing because it's so new.
That's what I'm saying. I think in time, or at the time, he had like a new strain of corona. And so that's why they didn't catch it right away. Because at the time, it was just like, this is coronavirus, and like, this is the patient that had it, these are the symptoms, and this is what he got, and he has corona. So my dad comes in, they're like, oh shit, he has the symptoms of corona, but he also has like a little bit more that we haven't noticed. And I think that was like I said, a new strain of corona that they hadn't tested for.
So let me ask you this. If you were to have it, would you have a party?
Oof. Obviously, if I got tested positive, I would.
Would you throw a party to invite all your friends over to get it too at the same time?
No. I would not do that. I would not do that. I'm not that piece of a shit of a friend. I maybe
it's not like a chickenpox party.
No, I'd invite friends over and be like, "Hey, like there's a party coming, but just heads up, I have corona, so you can come on through your own risk." And that'd be cool because I'd like to see what friends would actually show up and how they'd show up, you know. So, I think I would have a party. Fuck this smoke is burning my. But I think I would have a party. But like I said, I'd let people know. And if no one showed up, I totally understand because I don't think I'd want to show up. I wouldn't want to show up if a girl had AIDS or herpes and she was like, hey, come over. We're all going to drink jungle juice out of the same cup. I don't know if I'd want to show up for that is what I'm trying to say. So I understand people don't want to show up. But if you do show up, that's cool. But if you don't, that's also very cool because I don't think I'd show up either. And honestly, if I had corona, if I was tested positive for it, all I need is my camera equipment and my recorder, my mics, and I would just...
Would you just podcast the whole thing?
I would just make money off corona. That's what I do. I'd podcast every week how I felt, how I got through it, things I was doing to get past it, and I'd make money off of it. And hopefully that would raise some views on YouTube. And because from what I found out from last episode when I smashed my face and cheese grated it all over the street, I got the most views I've ever had in the quickest time I've ever had on YouTube. So it's true. Sex, drugs, and violence.
Violence, self-inflicted violence.
Self-inflicted violence is what causes ratings. So I've turned from a podcast to a news station, and unless you're going to jump in that fire, I guess I'm going to have to because that's the only way we're going to get views on this show.
All right, dude, so you're going to have to tell everybody about this place out here. Because we were out here and we went to Idlewild, so you got to talk about Idlewild too because that was impressive.
True. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much. I want people to come and I want them to have some surprise and be like, oh shit, I didn't think it was like this amazing. But yeah, we're at Lake Hemet, California, and there's a huge lake. It's actually not that huge. It's actually like 1 mile down and 1 mile back, so it's not that big. But it's actually a really nice spot, very secluded. This is honestly one of those spots that if you wanted to just get away and like, honestly, I don't know. Like if you were up here for like 2-3 months with no phone service or anything and you went back to the, downtown, down the hill, then you'd learn like some new shit that just popped off.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not, I don't want to say it's like off the radar. Yeah. But it's somewhere that a lot of people don't know about. And we're kind of just doing like a soft plug for them. So yeah, you guys should totally come check it out. There's other things around. There's Idlewild. There's Hemet. There's Palm Springs. There's a bunch of shit to do around here. So it's not just wilderness. There's other stuff. But other than that, it's all right. I like to talk it down because I like people to come and they're like, holy shit, this is way better than what you were talking about.
Do you think they're gonna come though?
No one's gonna come. All right. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you consider yourself like a manly man?
What is a manly man?
Like, okay, like when it comes to like texting, do you think like certain things you do are like kind of gay? Like, for instance, not gay. Like, there's nothing wrong with gay people. It's just things that like you normally do that aren't like a manly that a man would should do. For instance, am trying to figure out, is using emojis not a manly thing?
I don't know. I use emojis, so
Do you?
yeah.
Why do you use emojis? Do we use emojis to like really express how we really feel? Is that what it is? Like, it's supposed to help us?
I don't know. I think it might just be a thing.
Because there's only so much you can get from an LOL, and once you get like that crying, like laughing emoji, then it's like, oh shit, like that's that's how he really feels.
Well, the thing is that nowadays, if you don't use an emoji, people automatically assume something's wrong.
That's very true, and that happens all the time with my mom when I text with her. Like, I can be like, hey mom, like I'm heading down. Do you want any food? And if she just says no, I'm just gonna think like, oh fuck, she's either mad at me or in a bad mood. But if she was to be like no with like a kiss face and like a heart, it's
or
like,
at least an LOL.
or like like no, or like a no, I'm good, LOL, and then like a kiss face, then I know, oh okay, like she's legit, like she doesn't want food, she's fine. But yeah, that's true. Like, emojis honestly can make or break a conversation, and I think they actually help. They help certain situations, because I know just based off words, a lot of people can get conversations misconstrued. So I think an eggplant emoji helps out when you're sexting. That way they know what you're really talking about. And it's kind of like, sometimes it's kind of like a subtle text. It's like, it's like
You just send like a purple eggplant, and then they automatically know that that's what's gonna happen.
not even that. It's just so much like okay, like I'm like, for instance, I'm about to shower with like the winky face. It's like oh okay, like he or she's just trying to get your attention. Like, I'm about to shower, which means I'm possibly about to get naked. So this is probably your chance to ask me for nudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when like an emoji kind of helps you steer your conversation in a certain way. Because if you get some emoji, like say if you don't get like, so for instance, like me, say if someone was like, I'm about to get in the shower, no emojis just appeared, I'd be like, oh okay, cool, like text me after. I'm not gonna flirt. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like send me a picture, nothing. But until
Not
she's
the,
ow, fuck, ow! I thought I was gonna go up before I touched my knee. Ow! The fucking amber just burnt the shit out of my knee.
You're not gonna send the whole "Where's my invite" text.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But if she was like, hey, I'm about to take a shower, winky face, then it's like, oh, that's game. That's game on. That's me. That's her indicator.
Do you put your big boy pants on when you do that?
Not really, no.
Like,
usually when I get that,
pull out
it's
your book of things that you're gonna say.
not at all. I'm pretty basic for the most part. Whenever the minute she is telling me like I'm about to shower with the winky face and I get the winky emoji, that's my green light to say, okay, send me a nude. I swear to God, it is. And I know it sounds dumb, and it sounds sexist, but it's 100% true.
And how many times does that work?
Like 50% of the time. Because most of it's like LOL, like no, maybe next time, or LOL, when you see me, you'll get it.
Or LOL, I just got out of the shower.
Yeah, or LOL,
Yeah.
like, oh, I just saw that, and they're already wearing clothes. So it's a lot of broken promises, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I get that. Don't you go toad hunting out here? Like
We
for
go
frogs?
frog hunting. I don't know if they're considered toads.
It might be. I don't know. I've never.
I wonder if
seen
you can
one.
hear them on the microphone.
I don't know. That's what I was just thinking of right now.
I hope so. I hope you can hear the crackling of the fire. That wood's so perfect. Though.
Wait, you have to explain to me how you go frog hunting.
We honestly, there's no really like
Like,
method
take
to our
me through.
madness. It's just we just walk out. God damn it! It's like what's that big volcano in Japan?
I don't know.
Mount Rushmore? Huh?
Mount
No, what's it
Rushmore
called?
Is in the United States.
Is it still recording? Fuck.
Hey Jordan, didn't you have some questions for me? I think we were talking about some questions that we're gonna
Oh
talk
yeah.
about.
Yeah. Fuck. On Instagram, we had a little section that you guys could ask questions. So You either asked questions or you didn't. And I, apologize for putting it too last minute. But once again, this podcast was also last minute. He just happened to show up, and I was like, hey, I have all my recording stuff. Let's do a podcast. So we have a few questions, actually. The first 3, do you want me to read all 3? So first off, the first 3 questions are from his girlfriend. Do you want me to read all 3, or do you want me to just pick one?
You can read all 3 if you want to.
First question, by Gab_Marie. How many days do you usually wear shorts without washing them?
6. Sometimes.
So you wear one pair of shorts, and then you don't wash them for 6 days? And you wear them like multiple times?
Not 6 days, maybe 3 days.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm like that with pants and like certain shirts. Like if I wear a shirt out.
If you're wearing pants, they get looser as the days go by.
And sometimes they feel better.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel better once they are
But if they're dirty, if they're trashed, I'm not going to wear them. But
yeah, if they stink or if they smell like bonfire or something, like, yeah, or they have a stain on them, yeah. But if I can keep, sometimes I've gone wearing the same pair of pants for like almost like 2 weeks before they started like stinking or having like stains on them.
I've never gone 2 weeks.
But the worst is when you wash them and they just like, they're like too tight.
Do you shower every day?
Yes, I shower every day. Do you not? Is that a serious question?
I don't shower every day.
You don't shower every day? Okay,
not all the time.
I lied. Okay,
sometimes I forget. Sometimes I get tired.
I lied. I don't shower every day. And the reason I fixing myself because I know my girlfriend's gonna be like, "You fucking liar! You don't fucking shower every day." And she's right. I don't fucking shower every day. And it's not that I'm a dirty person. There's times, yeah, exactly. Like I'm just like either tired, or sometimes I feel like I have those days where I'm like, I didn't really do anything today.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to really need a shower. So
yeah, you just wash your face.
Yeah, I brush my teeth all the time and I wash my face. But yeah, like as far as like a shower goes, like yeah, no. Sometimes I think I get too comfortable, and I used to like go into the field for like a month without showering or something.
Yeah, you think
so? I kind of get used to it.
Shit.
So yeah, I know like, oh fuck, like it hasn't been a month. Like that's when I start stinking. So if I go like 2-3 days without showering, then I'm like, oh, I'm good, because I know how I get after so many days. So it's almost like like your stink limit. So yeah, I think there's certain things I wear too that I don't really switch out or it's not like I wear a pair of pants and then as soon as I'm done I throw them in the washer.
Yeah, no, that's dumb.
I wear them like a few times.
Well, let me ask you a question before you ask me another question.
Yes, sir.
Will you take a dip with me?
Yes, sir. Only if you put it in my mouth for me.
Yeah, I'll put it in your mouth.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, fuck. Dude, the thing's like burning in my face. So, what we're doing right now is Chris is about to put a dip in my mouth for me on the podcast. It actually smells really good. What is that?
Mint, dude.
Mint. All right, put it in. It's in, baby. It's fucking in.
It's fucking in. Let's see how long you take it.
Actually, it tastes pretty good.
It's mint.
What we're doing right now is Chris is about to... Oh, shit. My bad, guys. My bad. It's for the Instagram. So, what, next question? You ready for next question?
Yeah. Let's do the next question.
Oh, my bad, guys. All right, next question is by the one and truly your girlfriend, Gab_Marie. Now, is it possible to add another row to your six-pack? And for all you guys that don't know, I mentioned this last time, and I tried to get him to do it, but he's a really nice guy. First and foremost, I was just swallowing it the whole time, and I totally forgot to spit. I swear to God. And the whole time, I'm just like, and I see you spit, I'm like, oh, shit, that's right. I have to fucking spit. So, first and foremost, yeah, this guy has an amazing body, and I know he's not going to show it, but I'm going to post a picture up with it. This guy has a six-pack.
You don't have a picture.
And yeah, I do. Shut up. And so yeah, he does an amazing six-pack. So yeah, it's a fair enough question for your girlfriend to ask. Is there any possibility to add another row to your six-pack? And honestly, as much as like this is like trying to like flex, like you legit, like no pun intended, flex off your abs, it's actually a good point. I was wondering that too. Is it genetics when people have like 8-packs and shit? And like, and do you ever wonder when it's like people have like 6-packs where you can see like that bottom half where it's like, yo, you can add like another row of it. But like, is that like another exercise? Like, is that something they should need to hit, like a better target?
Yeah, it could be possible, but I don't know. Genetics might play a part in it, but then again, nobody else in my family looks like that, so I have no idea. I think it's just work ethic.
Okay.
I do work out pretty decently hard, so.
So with that being said, to answer your girlfriend's question, is it possible to add another row?
No.
No matter how hard you worked?
No, I
No
like
matter
fast
your
food
diet?
way too much.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so sorry Gab_Marie, your boyfriend cannot add another row. So if you wanted to show him off at your next spring break or your next like high school prom or something, you can't because that's the best he can get. Next question.
School prom.
How could a girl get so lucky? What she's referring to is she's dating this guy. She's dating this fucking dime piece over here. So she's wondering, how did she get so lucky to get a guy like you?
I think she did enough stalking that I finally recognized her. Yeah, she used to follow me around, and she used to go to the gym about 3 times a day just to see if she could see me. She's probably going to hate me for saying that, but, I decided it was time to give her a chance and see what she was made of.
And you didn't mind the whole age difference? Because you are...
I am 26.
And she is...
20.
14. So you didn't mind the age difference?
No, she's actually very mature for her age, and she's really cool. So,
and I can say too, yeah, she is very mature for her age. I did not know she was the age that she is, but I mean, I understand you're not like one to go out and go to clubs and bars and stuff and out and drink. So is it kind of like bums you out that you can't take her out?
No,
or you don't mind waiting?
No, I don't care for any of that at all. So,
what are you gonna do for her 21st birthday?
For her 21st birthday, she's going to be in Vegas watching strippers. So.
Are you not going?
No, and I wasn't invited. So
is this a 21st birthday or is this like a bachelorette party?
You know what?
Because I don't know what this is. This sounds more like a bachelorette party.
It sounds
than
like a girl's
birthday.
trip to me, but.
It sounds like you're not going to have a girlfriend when she turns 21.
Well, most of those dudes are gay anyway.
I'm just kidding.
So.
You honestly could be a male stripper. 100%. You could. Ow. All right, so we have one last question left. And it comes from a good friend that I've never met in person. I've just seen him, and he's from Yuma. His name's Ricardo Reyes. Wait, Ricardo Reyes? I don't know. I just came up with that, and I think I'm right, though. But he has one last question, and his question is... one for the ages. Oops. His question. Yep, I was right. Ricardo Reyes. Cocaine or Molly?
Cocaine or Molly?
Yes. First off, have you ever tried any of these drugs?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about these drugs? Do you know what the effects of each drug does?
No.
Okay. Real quick, let's do a little research, because on this show, on the Slob on the Pod, we don't go off of things we see. We aren't sheep people. We don't just follow the rest of the pack. We do our own fucking research, right? So first off, cocaine effects. Cocaine's drug effects. Here we go. Perfect. This is exactly what I needed. Cocaine is a highly addictive drug that ups your levels of alertness, attention, and energy. You may hear it called a stimulant. It's made from the coca plant, which is native to South America. It's illegal in the U.S. Other names include coke, snow, rock, blow, crack. So, cocaine is good for it. Ups your alertness, attention, energy.
Sounds like it's right down my alley.
Sounds very positive to me.
Right?
Now let's see what Molly does. Molly, drug effects. Here we go. Oh, this sounds bad. Your pupils will dilate and you may become sensitive to light, Like with other drugs, especially those with psychedelic properties, MDMA often causes pupils to dilate, and people who use it become sensitive to light. This effect is caused by the drug rapidly increasing serotonin levels in the brain. I don't know. That sounds that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Effects include increased energy, distorted perception, involuntary teeth clenching. That sounds like a crackhead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the cocaine on that one.
Dangerously high body temperature and depression. Many people are unaware that ecstasy and supposedly pure quotations Molly also often contain not only pure MDMA but other drugs that may be particularly dangerous when mixed with MDMA. So I don't think he has to answer this question because I think the answer to this question is cocaine. Cocaine is the best drug to take between the two. And next episode, we're going to have Chris taking cocaine.
No,
so
we're not.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Slob on the Pod. This is episode 17, I believe.
17.
And thank you again, Chris. Once again, thank you so much for coming to my birthday party. Thank you for staying even longer. Thank you for having this bonfire with me, doing this episode with me. And I'm so glad you're here, brother.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Until next time.
Until next time.
I love you.
Love you.